There. Oh, there it goes. Okay, make it presenty. We're there, guys.
I don't know what we did, but we made magic happen.
Yay!
All right, Dizzy, you're on my chair. Dizzy is your new presenter because Dizzy is on my chair. This is Dizzy. She's our guest today.
Our guest host.
Our guest host today. There you go, Dizzy. You can go sit back here. Okay. Holy moly. This is going to be fun.
Shall we? It's 12:45.
It is 12:45. We got like 1 minute to go. And we've got Kim as our lovely tech. So once again, applause for Kim, who's putting up with our shenanigans.
Hello. Welcome to a live episode of Casing the Cover. I am Mary. With me is my co-host Jen. Say hi, Jen.
Hello.
For those of you who don't know us, we run a podcast called Casing the Cover, where we talk about books and authors in the publishing industry, and we pay special attention to covers
and fonts.
And fonts that are on covers. We like weird covers, we like beautiful covers, we like really awful covers, and we like to kind of compare them to the books to see if they're a good representation of the book.
Yeah.
And typically what we do for our live episodes is we do a book review. But we want to do something a little more fun, a little more interactive this time around.
A little more harassing Jen.
Yeah, Jen's going to play a game today, and you can all play too. You might be able to put your answers in the chat.
I'll check the chat. We can do that.
Yeah.
That's the easy way to do it.
So you can put stuff in the panel's chat to answer, but what we're going to kind of do is I've collected 10 classic novels that have been recovered, because when stuff enters the public domain, a lot of times it gets republished by lots of different publishers with a variety of titles and covers and accoutrement. We're going to pull up some really bad ones and a couple of good ones. The common trait of all of these is they're not very helpful at telling you what the book is. So we're going to talk about those covers. I'm going to see if Jen can guess what books the covers belong to, and then I'll turn it over and see if anybody in the audience can guess. So that's what we're going to do. Are you ready, Jen?
I am so not ready, but I have my Casing the Cover mug, and I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be. Ready. And I'm going to rely on you guys to save me, because I'm notoriously bad at this. We have a lost Christmas episode, which maybe we'll retry again this Christmas.
Sure.
I don't know. But it was all the Hallmark movies, which if any of you pay attention to the podcast, you know I do not do Hallmark movies. And Mary was trying to figure out if I could guess the title that went with the cover of the Hallmark movie. I was very bad at that. And I think that's why I, on purpose, totally checked the audio on that. No, I didn't.
Well, this will be a little easier because these are all classic titles that most people should know. Especially there's some good old sci-fi and fantasy in there.
Okay, old sci-fi and fantasy I can do. It's when you start throwing like the Jane Austen stuff at me.
I'm not going to do that at all. Not at all.
Oh.
So Kim is helping us, and I'm going to go ahead and let her know that it's time for the next slide. Push the button, Kim.
I think we have lag. This is going to be so fun. Guessing the cover. It does say guessing the cover on it.
It does say guessing the cover.
All right, well, there it is. Yay!
So this is our first cover. Jen, what do you see?
I see it's a girl. Oh, she's got like a peacock feather in her belt. Okay, she's got a peacock feather. She's got some kind of flowers behind her. Her head is literally in the clouds.
Her hair.
Her hair is
in the clouds.
I like it. It's cool. It's very unique, artsy-fartsy kind of thing. I'm totally going to guess that this is a Jane Austen one right off the bat.
Is that your guess?
Just because.
But which Jane Austen one is your guess, Jen?
Is
there anything about this cover that invokes any piece of classic literature that you know of?
I don't know. But wait. Okay, so I am gonna guess. No, wait. Yes, I am gonna guess Emma, but don't tell me yet because I would like to reach out. Oh, they're typing. AE is typing. I love AE.
Yeah, we want you guys to guess too what you think these covers are. So please tell us.
We've got to do another podcast with AE because AE is.
Oh, he says the peacock feather is a clue.
Oh, well, that's not a clue for me. Oh, that's not a clue for me. And like, I don't know.
Something to do with Juno. Oh, so you're thinking mythology. That's his guess.
Oh.
Because Hera and Juno and Peacock.
Oh. I don't know. I'm still guessing.
It's a good guess.
Okay, but...
Does anyone else want to, either in the chat or want to guess?
So there we go. There is a 30
There's a 30-second delay.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and tell Kim to go to the next slide. Any last guesses while it's giving us our 30-second delay?
No last guesses. I'm going to stick with Emma.
So Jen thinks it's Emma.
Just because, yeah. And then if there's a 30-second delay, that is the longest 30 seconds of our lives.
And Jen guesses that it's Emma because she knows nothing about me, apparently.
I don't know. Last second guess Jane Eyre? I don't know.
I promise they're not all old, like, romancy novels. I promise.
Okay, so maybe you just want to tell me.
Okay, so I'll tell you. So this one is Pride and Prejudice.
Oh!
Is there anything to anyone, anywhere, that this tells you this is Pride and Prejudice?
Is the peacock really a clue?
Maybe because it's like a pride thing, or peacock's prideful. I don't know. I don't know why there's a peacock feather. I really don't. And Kim, you can probably just skip to the next one by the time it catches up. But yeah, this is supposed to be Pride and Prejudice.
I'm not getting Pride and Prejudice out of this at all. Is there anything on here that should give me Pride and Prejudice?
I mean, it's the gown is the right time period. But other than that, not really.
Whose cover is this? Who did that?
Let me see. I've got that in my notes. So this is a Penguin paperback from 2019. So they put all the publishers in this as well. Yeah, this is a Penguin paperback.
So they just wanted a bird feather on there because it's Penguin.
Maybe, or they liked this art and they went with this art because here's the next one. Okay, well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
What on
yeah
earth is happening in this picture?
What classic piece of literature do you think this might be, Jen? What's on there?
I don't even know what's going on this. Oh my gosh. He's typing again. He's like, I got it on this
He's
one.
in.
Okay, so I've got, like, I seriously want to just start singing Roxanne because there's the chick in the red corset. Is it, okay, so we've got Moulin Rouge energy there going on. The one guy looks really sad, like, head in his hands kind of thing. What is it?
He says that peacock feathers are associated with Pride and Prejudice for some reason.
Oh.
I don't know why. I don't remember any peacocks in that book.
It's probably the pride side of it.
Probably.
Maybe is there, like, an aviary in that book?
No.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Well, we're still talking about that one, but we've moved on to this one.
This
This looks like a Van Gogh painting or something, kind of.
A bunch of really depressed
depressed people. Oh! Is it like me?
I don't know. Anyone have another guess? Jen's guess is Les Mis.
I mean, I don't know. I can't think. Or the other thing that I was thinking is, like, because the old dude is, like, sad and there's, like, the pretty girl and there's the guy that's staring at him thinking he's stupid, I was thinking that maybe it's Don Quixote.
What about this? You just because it's a sad old guy?
Yeah, because it's the sad old guy and, like, there's the beautiful woman and then there's, like, all these other people kind of going, dude, you're just a sad old guy.
Well, here's the thing about a lot of classic literature, right, Jen? There are certain images associated with various pieces of literature, right? So Don Quixote would be the windmill, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, also, AE says he can't read the word on the paper the sad guy is reading.
I don't think that it's
Is it relevant?
legible.
Or is it in a language that, like, maybe
Yeah, I think it says, like, Alexander or something on it. I don't think that really helps. But this is The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. It's missing one very important thing, right?
It's missing a lot of very important things. Who did this one?
So this is a Bantam Classics 1972 paperback.
This is from 72?
72. There's
so they've always sucked at this.
Bug.
I know there's no bug, but there's also, like, no...
It's just a bunch of sad people.
But I guess maybe because it's focusing more on the people in the story.
Yeah,
but like,
that
you really have to know.
As you pointed out, it could really refer to any old sad fiction.
Yeah.
There's nothing about this that says metamorphosis. There's no bug. The main character isn't even really on the cover. It's just a bunch of people, I guess the family. There's no transformation.
I guess. I don't know.
All right.
You blocked the heck
This
out
one
of this
had a really, really big title on it, so I had to block out a lot of it. This is a more modern cover. This is actually an Audible cover. This is specifically an audiobook cover.
Is this like Princess of Mars or something, though? Is this oh, she made a face at me.
Is that your guess?
That might be my guess.
Anybody else? There's not a lot to go off of this cover. I just liked it because I thought it was a cool piece of sci-fi art. You can kind of skip forward on this one too, Kim, because we're probably going to talk about this for a minute. Kind of generic sci-fi art, isn't it?
It is very generic sci-fi art. It could also be like, I don't know if any of you remember when Michael D'Ambrosio was doing a lot of the fan stuff out here, and he had the Princess of Pain series, and it kind of looks like that style cover. Like it evokes that to me right away.
It's very computerized art. This lady, it's not digital art, but it's like it looks like a photograph that's been
digital painting.
Yeah,
I am gonna go with Princess of Mars.
This one is Princess of Mars.
Oh
Jenn
my
got
gosh! I got one.
Jenn got one. Princess of Mars, Edgar Rice Burroughs. As I said, this is the Audible audiobook cover. So this is probably the most modern one on here. And it is interesting too because this is another way we now get covers.
Yes.
Because you get an edition with the original cover usually as the hardback, and then you get a paperback cover, and then you get an audio and an ebook cover.
Yep.
And then when stuff goes to the public domain and everyone gets their hands on it, you get 1,000 different covers of everything.
This is okay. I'm cool with this.
So Jenn got this one. I don't know if Kim already skipped forward on this one, but she can to the next.
Go ahead and skip to
the next guess.
The next guess.
We don't need the answer for this one. I should have just left out half the slide. Would have been easier.
I know, it's less to load. Also, I really want to see the font on that one, though. Can you just show me that? I can show you just this one slide. Because I really am curious about the font.
It's very big, swirly
really
font.
Cool,
it is. This is the prettiest cover that I found of the ones we're looking at today. And it's probably the one that fits the book the best, too. Because you can kind of see Mars in the background. You can assume that's Mars.
Yeah, I mean, that's clearly a princess in the cover.
She's got her dagger.
Yeah, and, like, I get very Red Planet vibes off of it. And knowing that we're talking about classics, too, it helps. Because I also, like, part of my brain is like, look, it's Hunger Games. Because it looks like...
But it's Hunger Games in space.
Hunger Games in Space.
Games in Space.
That's a new genre right there. Actually, it's probably a really old genre.
Hunger Games in Space.
So far, out of these, hey, it's Gilead has joined us. Hello. See, he could totally do a better Princess of Mars cover though. But yes, we're waiting for the next one to show.
Sorry,
okay,
guys.
how about you show me on there, and then I will start making my guesses.
Okay.
And then that way they can see it.
I don't know if you guys will be able to see. So that's the next one.
Okay, I've got a person laying on a couch.
From the window.
Looking pretty
I don't
sad.
think if I get close,
no,
I don't think. But no, too sunny.
In front of the window, sunny outside in the window. There's dark curtains though.
It's just a man laying on a couch.
Oh, it's a man. Okay,
I wasn't sure. Man laying on a couch.
Kind of a person.
You can't really see it here.
Can't tell.
Oh, this is so sad.
And then I know she did such a good job on this because you said it was a guy looking sad.
Yeah, looking sad in front of a window.
Say that there's a lot of bottles in front. Oh, there's a lot of bottles. Maybe is it Aladdin or like Scheherazade, 1001
Guy
Tales?
in front of a window with some bottles. That could be a good guess.
Yeah, or I don't know. Part of me wants to say that it's like Picture of Dorian Gray.
It's Picture of Dorian Gray.
Oh my gosh!
I wish you guys could see it because it is the most BS. Nothing is going on. Does not relate cover.
Wow, and they just in the window put the text. You did a really good job making that text disappear.
Nothing about this invokes Picture of Dorian Gray. It's just a man sleeping on a couch. And you can't see
this. Because of all the bottles there in front of him, though. That's what I was thinking. Because, but once drugs and booze and all the sex and...
When we're talking about classic literature and kind of what Princess of Mars is a woman, she's on Mars. She looks like a princess.
It's a picture window.
No. That does not count.
Picture window. Oh, we've got one.
Okay, that's the next one.
That's Dracula.
One. You guys can see that one. Okay, okay. Does anyone else want to make a guess? This one's pretty obvious. But I picked this one in particular because the Dracula looks like Ben Franklin.
You can't see it small.
You can't see it because he's kind of small.
Oh my gosh,
but he looks like Ben Franklin wearing a bad Halloween costume.
Okay, but what age level is this one for?
This is a kid's. So the Dorian Gray, by the way, was Penguin 27 paperback, specifically from Australia.
Oh, maybe it's an Australian thing.
An Australian thing that the portrait is not on the cover. Every other version of Dorian Gray I found either had the portrait or at least had a Jekyll and Hyde-esque, like, gross-looking version of the same character. It's the only one I found that he's just looking out a window. No picture, just a window. And then, this is the easy-to-read type Dracula for kids.
Well, that's why he looks like Ben Franklin.
And this is the Dover Children's Thrift Classics. I think I didn't change it to Bram Stoker. Originally, I had a version of Moby Dick on here where it's just the whale with one giant eyeball. I ended up taking that off because, well, it's also like it was an artist rendering of the cover. It wasn't an official cover. It was never actually published. That's why I skipped it. So that one's pretty easy. Can you go to the next one, Kim? The one in the pink. I don't know if it'll let you
catch up.
What did AE say?
Oh, did you?
There's a movie.
Walt Whitman. He's supposed to look like Walt Whitman.
Walt Whitman as Dracula.
This is bad. we are a problem.
Well, I mean, at least we're going to fill up our time here.
Yes, we're definitely going to fill up the time. But, the thing that I've noticed, though, so far about all of these is the more simplistic designs seem to be more the, newer ones, because this doesn't seem as new. This is older.
No, this is from 2011.
Oh, okay.
But it's a kid's paperback.
But it's a kid's paperback.
And
which is why it looks like that.
Kids classics, and even the ones that are aimed at teenagers for school, tend to have more of that painting-esque style to them. If you ever had to get one of the Barnes & Noble paperbacks for an assignment at school of any classic literature, it almost always just had some random painting on the front of it.
Or a drawing of some kind.
Or, some random drawing of somebody.
So far, you've seen most of them. And now you get to see them in blocks.
And you've guessed 2 so far.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good.
You guessed 2 of... We're 5 in, so you've got 2 of the 5.
All right, that's not bad. Not bad. That's almost 50%. I haven't failed yet. Okay, you guys got to help me on the next one.
Any...
Mary's losing it now.
I'm losing it.
Okay, I have a question for everybody out there. You can either answer in text or whatever. Have any of you actually listened to Casing the Cover? I know you haven't.
I listen to it once a month, sometimes twice a month.
That's right.
AE has been on it.
Yes, you got to look up the one that AE is on, because AE also has a podcast.
That's a really good episode. Gilead says he can.
Oh, good. Okay, so you guys can see it.
You can see it, but we can't. Okay.
All right, well, that's fine.
Well, then I'll show Jen on my phone. That's a little better.
That works.
Then this is the next one, the pink one. It looks like a face with boats on it.
It does look like a face with boats on it. It's all wiggly. All right, so we've got the face with boats on it, but...
It looks like a face, right?
Yeah, mostly.
On the Treasure Island. Ooh, Treasure Island's a good guess.
Yeah, Treasure Island is a really good guess because that's where I was gonna go with it too. I don't know. I was gonna say Treasure Island. I'm trying to think of other things with boats in them
Boats and oceans.
And I'm also trying to figure out if the face is actually a continent of some kind. So I'm trying to get another shape out of it, sort of like the bunny and the duck. I'm doing a bunny and the duck thing.
Bunny and the duck. Is it a face or is it an island?
Yeah. Oh, or is it a fish?
Oh, is it a fish?
Okay, so now I have 2 guesses in my brain, and I'm going to ask you guys to help me narrow it down. I think it's a fish, and I think it's either the old man in the sea.
That's also a good guess.
Or I think it's Moby Dick, because you mentioned Moby Dick.
Where are you going with, Jen?
I'm going to ask them to tell me which one I should go with. Anybody want to save me, or am I making a guess? Is Kim helping me? Maybe Kim is helping me. No, Kim is just telling me that you guys can see it. We can't. Nobody's helping.
No one's helping you. You're on your own, Jen.
No one's helping. I'm on my own. All right, I'm going to go with the old man in the sea.
It's Moby Dick. Honestly, this would be a better cover for the old man in the sea because it looks like an old man in the sea.
Because his face is.
It looks like a face in the sea.
And also, there's a big fish that's part of his face.
And 2 boats on a face could be any. But yeah, it's Moby Dick. This is Collier 1969 paperback. So this is an older paperback.
You can go to the next one, Kim.
Yeah, and as long as you guys can see it, give us a thumbs up. We can pull it up on my phone. Or AE, if you can see it, just say yes in the chat, and we'll see it.
AE is the only one talking to me. So
if you guys can see it, we're good. That's our main concern here.
So, Gilead is typing now. He's
okay, once you see it.
Oh, he sees it.
Okay, so they see it.
Cool.
So
Thank you.
So this is the next one, Jen.
I like how it keeps going backwards.
These are 2 different versions of the same book, and they're both equally bad. So I brought them both to you.
Oh, okay. So I thought I had it all figured out because there's clock gears and a guy, and so
Sad Man in the Rain.
Sad Man in the Rain. I was like, oh, Clockwork Orange, right? And then another part of me is that looks super sci-fi looking in the other one, so it makes me want to be it's all Blade Runner-y. It also says introduction and notes by Alfred McAdam. It does say that on there. I hope I wasn't supposed to say
I didn't think that mattered.
I
didn't think that would help you. If it does, good for you.
It does not help me. It probably should, because I've read Clockwork Orange. Part of me really wants to stick with Clockwork Orange because of all the gears.
Okay, that's your guess?
That's my guess.
Anybody else? Anybody else want to guess?
Anybody want to guess if it's Clockwork Orange?
Kim can go to the next slide.
Yeah. Did I guess right?
No.
Am I close?
No. Not really. This is 2 different versions of The Time Machine and The Invisible Man.
Oh.
So it's a both of these are two different publishers that did the same thing. They bundled both books together. So the first one is the Signet Classics Kindle edition. So the gears are supposed to be the time machine, and that sad man in the rain is the Invisible Man.
Okay, but that wasn't fair, Mary, because that's two stories in one.
It's all as fair when I harass you. And the other one just looks like a propeller in the sky. I don't know how that invokes either of the Invisible Man.
I get Time Machine on
Time
that.
Machine, yeah, but at least the other one's got the sad man
But
in
I'm
the
also
rain.
dreaming of Electric Sheep looking at that one.
He sees it. Good.
Oh, I'm not okay with you tricking me, Mary. You're already tricking me.
That's not a trick.
That's two
legit.
stories on one book. I never would have got that. And they're two very different stories.
I would have given it to you if you had guessed either. Thought they both look like engineering textbooks. They do.
They do look like engineering textbooks. This is also the thing I'm learning about my Cloud to Cloud novel.
People think it's an engineering textbook?
Everyone thinks it's a computing textbook and not a science fiction novel. I think I might need a new cover.
Are we at that point in time when science fiction imagery has converged with just day-to-day imagery so that you can't tell the difference between the future and now?
Yeah.
Anything with gears or clouds or sci-fi imagery is just a textbook.
Well, and some of the textbooks on coding look like they're history manuals. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It's very weird. Anyway, go to the next guest.
This
Kim.
time machine does kind of so that second one, the one that has the propeller in the sky, is the Barnes and Noble classics. I've had their copies of books before, mostly of Jane Austen books, because that's what most of my collection is, and they're just like random painting, old-looking lady of the past, Pride and Prejudice. So they're very generic.
Okay.
So
okay. Why is she laughing?
This one really makes this one. Oh, we're not on that one yet. We're the one with the yellow background, right? It's very pulp.
Okay.
Very pulp novel.
This looks like all the memes that we have around the library that are like, why does everything bad happen when I'm on charge?
Yeah, if you go
and sleeping or dead.
What are those called? They're like these pulp library covers, or there's these old pulp fiction novel covers, but they have like library things on them. For those of you who don't know, we work at a library. That's how we met each other. But there'll be things like the thing in the book drop and the customer who wouldn't leave and
sleeping or dead.
Turning the lights on and off doesn't make them leave and things like that, which are very relatable to people who work in a library.
All right.
So this is a woman in a yellow dress, dead on a bed, and there's a dude in the corner who has Hulk hands.
What is going on with his hands, Mary? Is he wearing gloves?
Hulk hands.
Is he turning into something? Because his nails look really long. Okay, so is there another person in the background? Is that another person?
I don't think it's supposed to be, but maybe.
All right, so I'm getting some pareidolia going on here with all of this because I feel like.
Hope your other chat too.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I've got Kim up here. Okay, part of me wants to be like it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of thing.
Okay, they do kill somebody in that book, don't they?
Oh yeah. Also, I kind of want to. I know I'm gonna get this wrong because it's like not. It's clearly not a noir novel. It's not like a Sam Spade thing because it's in noir style. This is as confusing as when they do the kids or the teen fiction books, but they do an anime cover.
Yeah, so
on
you
it.
don't know what they are.
So you don't know, and I end up shelving them in graphics because I think it's a freaking graphic, and then I can't figure out why a manga comic is the correct American way, and then I'm like, well, how do I shelve you? And I'm too confused. Anyway, so I know it's not noir.
You are correct. It's not noir.
I want to say Jekyll and Hyde, or maybe, oh, okay, is it Frankenstein?
Anybody else have a guess?
We're taking guesses to save Jen from total humiliation. Share the humiliation.
You got this one right. This one's Frankenstein.
Oh my gosh! For real?
This
why?
is the Lion 1953 paperback cover. It does look like a noir cover, and I guess that is Frankenstein. That's why he's got Hulk hands. He doesn't look like Frankenstein. He looks like just a big dude.
I'm kind of feeling pretty good about how I'm doing on this.
So you're not doing too bad.
I'm not doing too bad.
All right. Go ahead and go to the next one, Kim, and let us know when everyone can see it. This one's like my favorite because it's so not.
Okay, I don't know if they can see it yet, but I'm looking at it.
Yeah, Jen can see it. Can you guys see it?
And this should give me
the
a
red
lead
background.
on you guys. Okay, Kim says you should be able to see it.
Okay.
So, all right, this is a little girl, maybe a little girl, young woman.
Looks like she's sweeping the snow.
She looks like she's sweeping the snow. Growing up in upstate New York, I can tell you, sweeping the snow is not an effective way to do this.
The snow until it melts.
You did a really good job of blocking out the typo.
That one was hard because it was behind her head.
Oh, I was like, it looks so legit.
Kind of like a little tiny portion of one letter. So that could be a hint, Jen.
Oh, yeah, because it's probably a the or something. Anyway, she's wearing a red dress. Maybe it's or a red coat, so maybe it's like Little Red Riding Hood or
Doesn't that look like what it is? But that's what it looks like it is.
Yeah, it also could be like
going to grandma's to sweep the forest.
Yes, going to grandma's. She's sweeping grandma's walkway so grandma doesn't slip and fall.
Exactly. She's very considerate.
She's very considerate.
Little Red Riding Hood.
I'm trying to think of other like little girls.
Little girls in literature.
Little girls in literature.
Well, another little girl who wears red and sweeps floors is Annie.
That's not Annie.
It's not Annie.
You wouldn't give me that one. It's not Annie. Also, I'm kind of looking at this and going, is it Heidi? But I don't know how it could be Heidi. And then I'm thinking, well, I'm really trying to get back to Les Mis again.
Oh, you're thinking Cosette.
Cosette.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's Cosette.
That's a good guess because it looks like the musical poster. The poster for Les Mis, the musical, is Cosette and she's sweeping. I used to have a little doll that was sweeping.
I have a little witch doll. How many more do we have left?
This is the second to last one.
Okay, all right.
And we're put your final guesses.
Put in any guesses that you want there. Oh, maybe Little House on the Prairie.
What's your final answer? You've come up with like 6 different ideas here.
Okay, thumbs up me if you think it's a Little House on the Prairie.
Chat.
Nobody else is talking.
Okay.
They're just waiting for me to humiliate myself. That's what they're here for. All right, I'm gonna guess Little House on the Prairie.
It's Little Women.
Okay, why no? She got me with the...
This is the Nelson 1919 cover of Little Women, on which they only put one little woman.
There's a one woman.
One woman. Only
That's
one
not a
woman.
Women. That's a woman.
I know. And she looks like Red Riding Hood. And I thought that was hilarious.
And also, I never would have guessed that.
She does look like Cosette. That was a good guess. Like, I'm going to pull it up so you can see. What do you say?
Little Red Riding Woman.
Little Red Riding Woman, yes. I'm going to pull up the Les Mis poster when this is done so you can see how close you were. In terms of imagery.
Yeah.
But yeah, little women.
All right.
Little women. All right, go ahead and pull up the last cover, Kim.
This is the last one, and then we'll do questions.
And that's my favorite because there's only one little woman, and she looks like Red Riding Hood. Maybe it'll be a wolf, right? And she's in a forest.
No.
She looks like Red Riding Hood. I think that's hilarious. Let us know, and I'll go ahead and show Jen the last one. Last one.
She's typing in here. She's typing something. See the orange? Yep. Okay.
What cover does that go to, Jen?
Oh my God. Not okay, Mary.
Maybe this one's my favorite.
Okay, ready? I'll be like fucking Tom Sawyer or something.
So since we are also recording this for posterity, it's an orange book with a white box and 2 black boxes inside of it. That's literally what the cover is. I didn't barely cover anything up. That is the cover.
Mary's trying to trick me so bad on this. It's not fair.
1984. It's 1984. AE got it right.
How? Oh my God.
This cover is actually pretty cool. It's actually a cool cover. I put this one in there because it was both confusing but also interesting.
Show him the final one.
Show the last page because this one actually has. So this is the 2013 Penguin edition. That's what it looks like. You cannot see the text. You have to look at it. It's like raised up from the black background. And the more you use the copy, the black starts to rub away and you can see more of the title. So it's actually
cool.
It's actually a really cool cover design. This is probably the best actual practical cover design that's in here, even though it's really simple. This is Penguin, which Penguin has some of them are good, some of them are weird. But this one actually has a function to it, which I thought was cool. And also fitting. What did AE say? Well, you guessed right, AE. You got it. And it's supposed to be like a commentary on something. I didn't read the whole article. But I thought that was actually a really cool designed cover. One of the most interesting uses of the actual physical form of the cover we've ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you read it, the black rubs away. Because that last picture, I barely doctored it. I just covered the word. That black box is a full black box.
And you almost didn't have to. I'm looking at it small enough.
You can't see it.
I wouldn't have seen it. If she had just been a total brat and just shown me the cover all by itself.
I should have. That would have been funny. That was funny anyway.
That doesn't show up on camera or on audio.
Jen is
making gestures.
But yeah, that's the Penguin. So does anyone want to chime in? What did we think? What did you think, Jen?
I think
we got 10 minutes. I'm not mean. This is an educational experience.
Just so you know, more than half of our episodes are Mary picking on me in some way. And the rest are me ranting about font.
Yes, yep.
And then talking about weird romance novels and badgers.
We ran out of time, which is good because I was going to follow this up if we still had extra time. We're trying to make you guess books based on Wishbone titles. That'll be a later podcast.
Yeah, we have that on the docket. What do we have on the list? We have, I have to tell everybody super cool news that is totally relevant to this. And
Go for it.
Okay, so.
Do you? You got 10 minutes. Do you?
Last night, I was on the Tipsy Nerd Book Club trivia thing, and I won second place.
Very good.
I know. I won second place with Max's help because he knew like what I didn't know. It was kind of funny.
So you're cheating.
So not cheating, collaborating like we do, collaborating. Anyway, I won second place. You want to know what the most badass prize for me anyway was? I get to pick the next book that they do on their podcast.
Very nice.
So of course I'm totally shameless, and I'm like, you're doing Cloud to Cloud, right? But in the meanwhile, now that I've opened up the forum with them, I totally think that we should do like a crossover thing with them.
Very much good.
So I think they're way like cooler than us, but
which transitions us into self-promotion. As you can see on the last slide, you can find us on YouTube, on all of your podcasty apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We release about once a month when we're good about it. Our most recent episode was on celebrities that wrote fiction and whether or not we think they actually wrote it.
Air quotes.
Air quotes. We usually do like the last Tuesday of the month. We have new episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And then later today, we are doing Mean Girls
Mean Girls
History.
of History. That's why Mary's all beautiful in pink.
I'm wearing my pink. I'm repping my pink.
I'm at the House of Rainbows, so I can pink up whenever I feel like it.
And you have another panel tonight as well, yes?
Yes, and I have the New Life for Old Scares. I don't know, it's one of those long titles that I have to try to remember.
So we'll hopefully see you all there.
Yes, come hang out with us at the Mean Girls. There probably will be booze for us. Bring your own.
So,
a giant thank you again to Kim.
Yes, thank you, Kim.
If Kim wants to show herself, stop streaming and show herself. I don't know if she will or not, but she's going to be with us on the Mean Girls panel tonight. So if it doesn't cooperate and show her in the next,
thank you, Kim, for helping us. I'm glad you guys could see it.
Yeah,
that was more fun.
And we had the backup plan.
Thank you,
Gilead. We love you. Mwah. I have some of your paintings in the background and stuff. I don't know if you can see them.
You can't see most of our background. You
can
see just big open.
I'm in my big art loft, so. All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This was a lot of fun. If you guys have any questions or anything, you can leave it in the text, or you can text Mary and I, and as always, another awesome episode of Case.
We don't have a sign off.
We don't have a sign off?
Not really, no. Oh. We just say goodbye.
We just say bye.
Bye. Bye. We'll clear out for the next panel. Thank you guys so much.